during China running the Phoenix Rays on this map. Then they swapped up to run the Neon Rays, and now they're here. Nobody on Sky. Kang on the Jet, looking to try to put some pressure on XLG early.
Early opening over towards C-Mao and a bit of damage. Chipping down Nomad. He's going to commit the wall nice and early here, but looks like a trap ready to be sprung. Orb's going to be coming out along with the net. That's flipping the door.
Nobody's stuck.
Going to go for it. Yeah, that's a nade. It's going to be slamming down and already taking down a couple of these players, but they're just collateral down. Toppled at a moment's notice there. The trap comes to full fruition.
And now they've got double walls separating Kang from the spike. That deadlock wall got thrown over the top by Nomad. Landed behind and trapped everybody in.
Yeah, how the hell do you get around this?
What a cool pistol round idea.
It is. No updraft to work around. Kang's going to have his work cut out for him. Going to have to wait for the walls to expire. Even then, it's going to be tough. There's a great idea about XLG. They're going to be coming into this as well as a regional matchup where recently EDG were the ones to best them. That was in the grand finals, went all 5 maps.
But of course, Lotus not being one of those 5 because EDG had map vetoes to be able to expend.
And there it is, Raga, sharp form. Taking down Kang. Raga had some, I'm not going to say stern words, but honestly, there's a lot of respect, I think, mutual respect between these two teams. And we saw it in the teaser, but Raga talking about how much he really respects Kang in terms of helping him with his struggles mentally.
One enemy remains.
You couldn't get 2 players, I think, that have different mental approaches historically. Raga's been a player that's certainly struggled with that mental side of the game. And Kang, ever since he's first come onto the stage, has an aura of self-belief about him. If there was a main character of Valorant, it is him.
Yeah. Protagonist. Pioneering for China all around here, and we're going to see a clash once more towards Rubble. A ton of blinds coming out, but this is the kills going away of EDG. Classics in hand, and nothing more.
I'll get used to more of this. If you've watched any VCT China, the economy be damned.
Seen a little wall here. Hold on, that's given an open sight line. Nobody was taken out. He was none the wiser.
Cool idea. Raga's used this one before.
Yeah, it's a spike drop down. How many open will have to be reclaimed, but Happy Way not with a gun in hand to do it. Paranoia is good. Fight to be taken towards it, and Jenny. Sharp shots with the Bulldog in hand, 1-1. A nice little thrifty win to immediately answer back.
XLG getting instantly punished for going for the mound aggression again. You don't really want to be taking risks like this when you're the team with better weaponry. Early on, though, XLG want to showcase to EDG, you cannot just go and take C-mount control against us. But it backfired enormously there. Great little cloudburst and then a pop flash through it. Kang and nobody putting a ton of pressure there on XLG's defense. When we saw XLG lose on this map, it was because their passive A control was getting exploited. But if they opt more into the mount fights, I could absolutely see EDG finding success in that avenue as well. Weirdly enough, Bear's mentioning this triple sentinel comp is an attack-sided composition.
That's where they find the success, right? The desk was harping on about it. There it is, target rich Jenny! Crazy with it, that is just flexing at this point. One piece, one for the ace.
He can take the orb here, or he could go in the hunt.
That's aura.
That's green.
Give it up, a hunt for the ace. Jenny will earn up the ult as soon as they can sniff out where Leo might be hiding.
Leo is on the entire other side of the map with a little smirk on his face.
Yeah.
Everybody knows what the mini game is here. Jenny's getting escorted around by Smoggy. And the Trailblazers detected him.
There it is.
Target
He's hot on his tail, man. He's gunning for it. He wants it. Flash of the blind. Spotted it. Oh! Gotta be joking. It's always the way.
Well, it was a nice 4K, even if he was to decline the ace.
Yeah.
Okay, he gets that still garden online anyway, though. The orb could go to a teammate, and EDG play the ult economy very nicely. Heading into the next, though, XLG finally have guns back online. Raga is opting into an operator in this round. Kang with an outlaw on the other side of the map. And Raga's actually on a really passive line at the moment. Starts to make his way forwards early, but not deep yet.
Heavy emphasis placed over towards C-Mount with a fight. Paranoia ready and waiting in Lysor's hands.
2 players spotted over here. Jenny and Smoggy. One from the Haunt, one from the Boombot.
And EDG seem to have done their homework. Contacted all the way up over towards this A side of the map.
Yeah, this passive A setup is a big weakness for XLG on defense.
I know where the trips are. A little bit of breakage already at that roughly minute mark. A lot of time to work and a lot to play with. This wall needs to be broken. Trailblazer's not going to be getting too much value there. Just stunted and stopped in its tracks. Flash forwards once more. That's going to be used to exchange that. Noman just looking to see if he can slow down the approach. But this is all in from EDG. Full throttle now looking to take this one, but Noman trying to defend it. Steel Garden takes away the weaponry. And it is traded in time. 4v4.
Heal up, squad. Bring them down.
Sailed now from multiple directions. A flank that's waiting to be activated by Raga.
Not ready yet.
But all players of EDG posted up on site. Waiting for the signs of life here. Happy way.
Stealing sight.
Also Prime now with a Paranoia. Potential to take a fight forwards here. Open sight lines again, but there's coverage by Raga. Right there, Seekers being offloaded. This is EDG. Pack mentality. Almost shoulder to shoulder. Playing a retake now with the operator. That is a tough challenge. Chi-Chu putting Raga down into the grave.
Leo left alive as the last again. And this one only barely more winnable than the prior. He's just going to have to save in a spot like this, and EDG have instantly put the pressure back on XLG's economy.
My ult is ready.
Saving this gun is vital, and Leo just manages to do it. Kung taken down by the spike of all things.
Yeah, so everybody going down for EDG.
But it doesn't really matter. They still had the money to be able to go forwards. That was almost like a bonus round for them. EDG have got a lot of wealth to work with here.
Flushed with cash.
And we're not just talking the bundle sales. Look at this passive defense. They actually managed to set up, I think, really nice positioning for the retake. They had heaven control. They had a player going stairs. They'd cleared out rubble. #1 seed in Toronto.
Yeah.
And they bombed out of that tournament. And instead, the spotlight got stolen by Wolves, who did make a top 3 run, something both of these teams are fighting for. Now all eyes are on XLG, after having a much better performance in this tournament, finally dispelling those narratives of being global tournament underperformers or chokers. XLG seem like they've unlocked something within themselves, but the pressure is on here, and they've only got one gun to work with.
It's going to be a weaker buy. Praying that EDG will walk into the potential of a trap. It's a slow round here by EDG too. They picked up that operator from earlier, the one that Raga, I believe, invested into. And so they're going to put it in the hands of one of the most capable snipers they've got, Kung just slowly.
Well, this is an investment as well. All of the EDG players went down in the prior round.
Yeah, so they didn't even save it.
I mean, Kung's put a pretty heavy investment there, down to 550 credits.
Raga's going to get snipped out there. Trying to play the anchor position. There's a heavy rotate already. Flood in the bodies. XLG going to be committing ult. It's a nightfall now. Try and push this one back, but this could be disastrous now. Committing ultimates into a position like this. Getting picked apart, cut to pieces. I saw last one left. Might have picked up the rifle, but heavy committal by XLG, feeling like they could potentially win that.
And I don't know what gave them the idea that they could.
There was no pick.
I think this is one of the things I've been noticing about this defensive setup from XLG.
Wow.
They don't really have the tools to be able to fight you at rubble, and if you slow take A against them, they don't have the best defensive setups on that site. It's hard to flood with a triple senti comp. It's hard to play even set retake on A with a triple senti comp, but you see them try to flood in here. Light weapons, they need every tool they can get in rifle rounds. That's a waste from Leo. It's almost too easy. Raga's going to pick up the operator again. This is the big tool that XLG are relying on to be able to push their defense over the line and get at least a few rounds here. Their attack side should be good, but they need at least 3-4 rounds to give themselves a chance.
See another clash over towards the C-Mount though, the nade. Sailing up overhead, blocking off the retreat. Holding his nerve, Kung. Going to be faced with a reaction time test here, but just straight miss up onto the shot, but satcheling all the way forwards. It's Smoggy looking to claim all that space. Now, Showstopper pulls out. Fuse going to be falling short here, but maybe he can find Lysor. Yes, just as that smoke blooms, it does not obfuscate him in time. Fast though, up onto the flank, Raga. It's already going to be triggering that with the wall going up. Position noted, but at this point, an unwinnable round, forced to retreat, forced to play for another day.
It's a tragic beginning for XLG. And the more that they lose these kind of rounds, the more their confidence is just going to get chipped away at. They've done such a good job in this tournament of building themselves up, of believing in themselves. Raga making breakthroughs and crediting Kangkong for it, but there is an aura around EDG in these China versus China matchups. There's so much respect on them for being that team that's always winning, always at the top. And you know what's funny about it is EDG have only just returned to being at the top. In recent tournaments, they have been bested in China, but they've kept that aura.
We've seen that in other regions. It is powerful stuff, just blanket of accomplishments that when you were sat at home looking at this squad, seeing them achieve your dreams, it's tough to get that out of your head when you're finally playing against them.
XLG's comp is also just tough to play in an aggressive manner like this. They're trying to mix things up. They're trying to throw EDG off the game. But they don't really have like the best setups to be able to handle what EDG are throwing at them. It's a very mobile, slippery comp that EDG have adjusted to.
Let's make them dance.
So far, dominating 5-1. The only slip-up being that pistol.
This is going to be a fast round. Chichu's been given the op. Unleashing Kangkong with a rifle.
One up and over towards the top.
Bomb buddy out.
They are going to be looking to sending this one with a bit of pace in their hearts, in their step.
Kind of crazy when you're on an anti-eco.
Yeah.
You don't know what's waiting for you.
It could potentially be a stack here, but there's already going to be util used. Once more, wall comes out. Block the Trailblazer. C is also going to be committed. Lysol just with the Buckies, holding tight for now.
Look how well this pressure.
Overran.
Look how well this pressure has baited out utility, though. That wall from No Man extinguished within the first 30 seconds of the round.
Yeah.
EDG could always cancel here.
Seems like they're a little bit worried. I mean, it's been a lot of time, pulled a lot of util out. You don't have to commit here. 50 seconds remaining. Raga up. Going to be watching the retreat if they choose to go all the way back.
That Prowler might have just given XLG the wrong read. There's still 4 players over here towards A.
Yep, still stacking now. 40 seconds left. EDG have got to start making decisions soon enough. Again, the door's going to be open and wide. Satchel's in from Smoggy, looking to lead this one forwards and just dodging the eye of most of this one. Still Happy Way, active and alive towards the back of the site. And this guy just something to say about it. Sidestepping, dodging the bullets, doubled up in terms of that high low, but the trades are immaculate here from EDG. Flooding their way onto the site now, getting that plant down, and it leaves it once more into the hands of Raga, only with the operator.
He's never found himself in the right position at the right time early on in these rounds, Raga. Never been able to use that res in his back pocket. Another round where he's incentivized to save. His KD's looking good, but the scoreline at the top is slipping further and further away.
Yeah, this is EDG coming out with a ton of preparation, clearly. It's always the risk when you have a map that you love playing, the amount of footage you give away from it. Raga look to see if he can save this gun away.
But even on this round, EDG went into a 4-player stack on the A side.
Yeah, and it still didn't work.
And it still didn't work. This round should have been dangerous. Rounds like this are sometimes where you can see the team that's behind get back into things. Happy Way picks off one, but it's his first in the map. And you need players like Raga with his op or Happy Way anchoring to have massive games if you want to be able to swing upwards and take a win against EDG. The duck underneath that as well robs Lysor of his Bucky kill. And the trading's really nice here from Chichu. I think Chichu's such a good player. He's taken over events before.
Okay.
Let's see if Raga can have impact here.
Top of the wall with the op. It's going to be a missed shot there.
Yeah, it's actually Leo who went for it.
Yeah.
Now swaps the gun back over to Raga.
Kangkong's going to stay posted up just in case there is an extra player just hiding onto the one section of the wall. That's not the case. There's a slight gap, tiniest of margins.
It would be a terrible idea for a defender to go peeking through that.
Yeah, it really would. Leo looking like, uh-oh. He's listening to that internal monologue, man, and he might be going for it. Let's take a listen in to see what EDG are planning.
帮点正中，飞的孩子是哎，飞的孩子，帮点正中间，帮点正中间。120，120，120！我操，伟哥，我操，我看地图去了，兄弟啊！ 伟哥发威，
他直接干掰了，他不玩了。
是的，是的，
可惜。
我操，只能
I have this
还能打吗？知道行吧？不好打。
他早来了，哎，蓝马仔，
他 C 点就一个人，他连烟都来不及补，他 A 点全。
得换枪吧，要打的话只能换枪。
他在。
If that's what it takes to stunt the momentum,
30
I guess they'll
seconds
take it,
left.
to be honest. Happy Way just absolutely unleash it over towards the C site.
What a phenom. You know he's got it in him.
He's
he was
basically
just
alone
waiting
taking
for
the
a round.
fight.
Yeah, he was, completely. And he dominated them.
Bro, he was chasing them. Past the choke point. EDG is still going to make a decent go, but Happy Way up to 4. One more, but yes, yeah. Wasn't to be the case. Still, a round on the board. It's going to stop and stun the momentum for now of EDG that they were accruing, building towards.
And I like the change up from XLG. It's a very different defensive setup. Look at it here. He's so sharp.
He's running after them.
That Chichu got hunted down. That's a matchup to keep an eye on throughout this series as well. The two best Sentinel players in China for my money, Happy Way and Chichu. Chichu here playing smokes on this map, but they are monstrously good.
Yeah.
But
arguments to be made.
XLG need Happy Way to be playing like that.
It has been pretty much for the entirety of the tournament. He hasn't stopped since the Swiss stage.
Stats.
Praying that they end up leaning over towards his sight once more. It's Raga getting the better of Kong.
It's the first time where we've seen Raga really be able to find like that early pick with his operator.
Yeah.
And it's probably going to squeeze EDG into a C exec. Lyxor's ready with a Paranoia and Happy Way's ready with that Vandal.
And No Man also waiting in the side.
Nobody sniffed it out though.
Yeah, EDG don't want anything to do with it.
EDG's calling can be really good in rounds like this. I think they've got such a nice read on how especially their teammates in China like to play.
Yeah, the compatriots, right?
Yeah, these rivals that they play against all the time. Nobody's attack side calling can be very stealthy, very difficult to get a read on.
Back into Raga. He's going to get another chance here. The Trailblazer doesn't spot it out. It's a full committal. Chichu is going to be cutting this one up. It does apply a ton of pressure here to Raga, but he's got the awareness. He knows what play they were cooking. Door's going to be opened up here. There's slight gaps here forwards again, but that's a shot that just goes wide. Shorty, not enough to do the job, but that's going to be the annihilation. Wrapping up one little pretty target. Seeing if they can get that kill. Claim it's broken out, but it matters not. Happy Way straight there. Trying to add to the back and swinging straight through. The net is good. Gets a tag, but it's still a 2v3. 17 seconds left. What is your option, EDG? Nowhere to really run here. The only option is towards that B site, where you're going to be hounded, harassed at every twist and turn. 8 seconds remaining. Got to get a move on here. Nobody has the spike. Could get that plant down, but he's worried.
Oh, only
just potentially. The seconds down, bleeding down, but again to the post plan. It's a Paranoia. Sweeps its way through. Blind for just one moment. Sweep into the side, Jenny. It's 4 kills before finally brought down 1v1. Nobody secures it for EDG.
Rounds like that, EDG's talent shines. They just clutch things out of nowhere. And what a map Jenny is having. Raga's impact was also great. Nice to see him be able to have a round of his own, but you know, they got themselves into a winnable position. Barely any time on the clock for the plant. Jenny with a 4K defending the back. Allows the spike to go down. And EDG to get up a 7-2 lead.
And Jenny on one today.
Up challenge again over here, Brent. Raga won it last time against Kong, but now he's been smoked off. How often is this wall boost trick really going to work?
I just spotted out, I believe, by the corner. Chichu trying to bait the shot. Know what's cooking. Raga in danger of being pre-fired here. I believe Kangkang's maybe already up on the line. Watching him, no, just turned away. The wrong moment. Waiting for one of these players to step out, but jump spot, there it is. That is perfectly played. Dissolves the setup over towards A.
Nobody was creeping up on the angle as well, right underneath the Sage wall. They would have had him dead to rights either way.
Nobody's walling himself. Nobody. No man, he's trapped himself in. And taking a fight straight to Jenny. Dominating control of this one here. Flick of the wrist, misses. Chichu decapitates Lysaw. Seekers need to be broken, but they weren't expecting that. Smoky just from the sideline. Taking his shots now, taking his time with it. The rest of the squad making sure to defend as this plant goes down, and now just left down to Leo once more. Not much you can do in a spot like this.
Crazy round from XLG. You can see that they're trying to mix things up. I think this is part of what happens when you play against EDG. Is that you feel like you can't just stick to your own game. You feel like you've got to make changes. Got to make plays. put yourself in uncomfortable positions.
One enemy
Leo!
remaining.
Oh, A up. Trying to batter his way out of this one here. Hold on! My God!
What's the time
Time
looking like?
ticking. Hold on. He's
Ain't
getting
no
a move on. He's sprinting. Knife out.
Ain't no way!
Shot! That might be the world's worst throw of all time. You've got to be joking.
There was still 4 seconds on that, and EDG have thrown their lives away.
Overzealous. It's the word for it. Rounds like that, exactly what XLG need to get back in.
This is a 4v1 where they're hunting him down just in order to get the gun out of his hands.
One enemy remaining.
Incredible shots. But in no world should have this should never have ever been a round outcome.
Nope.
I don't think I've ever seen that.
In a million years. Was not expecting that.
Never mind at a global event. I've never seen that at Tier 1.
Let's in a fast takeover towards C-Mount now. EDG are not messing around after that.
These are the delights that VCT China has to offer,
It really
folks.
is, isn't it? Show-stopping. Ah, what is that? Happy way! Causing Smoggy to do backflips. Kang. Instantly in there, but he updrafted and the dash with the TV. Lysol! It's 2 kills! The trades are coming through. All the way for XLG. Nobody now left in that 1v3. Barrel poking out, betrayed by it. That's a 4th round added up now. XLG firmly back in a half.
Last round before the switch.
By miracles and divine intervention, XLG have found their way back with 4 rounds. EDG were absolutely dominating. What is that?
That's crazy. It's just unreal. It's just unreal.
I think he might be aiming at the Trailblazer. No, it's just
Nah.
These last 2 rounds
He's running backwards.
One enemy.
are ludicrous.
What is that?
EDG need to take a deep breath and just keep punishing that A defense. That was what was working for them early on. The more frantic the game gets, these crazier moments are going the way of XLG.
EDG having to dig deep at the bottom of that bargain bin, scraping to give her a bit of a bite. Delayed wall up this time. Raga not playing on top of it. We sniffed out prior.
Has he got a little headshot angle here?
He's watching for something, potentially for the jump spot. And they're walking all the way up steadily here. Kang doesn't have much to work with, just a Marshall. Jump spot again, he's missed his chance there. Hold up. Does spot a bit of information though from it. Ball's gonna have to be broken. Minute remaining. Orbs are being picked up, and Jenny wants to send this one flying forwards. He's one away from an ult of his own. Steel guard and paranoia. Forwards again. Slow's now going to be sent flying out. Smoggy going to be stopped, stunned again. Stunned up and slow, but Smoggy was primed on the angle already. Ready for that re-peak. The net is going to get a connection here, running all the way around. They are swarming! And the transfer's just not there in time. Happy way goes down. Still's going to be looking for it! Had to really just force the issue, and the Steel Garden was unleashed.
Outrageous 2K from Kang in the midst.
Lysol left to pick up the pieces, do whatever he can with it. TV up towards the top. Inclination that he knows where Chichu might be. Dropping down though to 1v4, and it looks like EDG are just going to be trying to take this fight together. No more missteps, no more missed chances. A lot of damage being done, but kill claimed here, an 8-4 half for EDG.
They go back to what was working, testing that A defense, and put a simple round on the board. Taking all of that space. Paranoia pushes Raga off the line. They get up. Look at this. No scope headshot into exchanging for the Vandal.
Yeah.
And Kang kills 2 players that could have been a problem.
Remaining.
In the end, getting that 8-4. Now, we spoke with Kang following the win over Foot Esports in his HyperX player moment. Check it out.
Very difficult to stop. A B post plant with Sentinel utility littered around, running retake into that, a nightmare. EDG are going to want to get aggressive.
His computer playing is quite all in. See it now. Double prong setup here while they walk up towards B main. There's 2 players lying in wait. Nobody in that high-low angle is going to be taking contact. Raga somehow decapitating. Chichu's going to get that trade almost immediately. Peeling back and away, but it's giving Happy Way a bit of space, and he absolutely capitalized. He's going to be taking all of that space over towards A now, realizing and calling the troops all the way back.
Really nice adjustment here from XLG. Happyway's lurk is fantastic. And considering that they walked down B and faked C earlier on, A should be the weak side. And they're right.
Throwing net.
Taking the time with it, just in case there are. Abundance of bodies and players over towards a bit of EDG. We can see them off on the flank. Kang is alone here. Dash procced and primed, looking for that first kill. There it is, swings out. Shot's just going wide, missing a mark, and now blinded up by the paranoia. Swiftly dealt with. Tap away. The dagger to the back there. Plant will go down. A door opened up. Gives a level of awareness here, and a call is made by XLG. They want to try and fight towards his backside position. Jenny, Chichu. How'd you get past it? Paranoia for the one. Heaven player is going to be taken out. Leo now going to be missing. Brings it into that 2v2. Still steadily making her way around. Comes down to the first shot. Accuracy. Lysor just dragging through the mud. Getting the kills in the end. Pissed around. We said it was necessary for XLG. They've got it.
That's going to turbocharge the chances of being able to make an attack half happen. What a lurk up here from Happyway. He looks so sharp with his aim. And getting proactive enough with that one way, with the paranoia, to be able to select that extra kill and shut down the danger of Kang.
Getting the kills in the end. Pissed around.
This is a team that is sick of living in the shadow of their big brother.
Blinded.
This is a great chance to showcase that they've got a unique strategy, a unique idea that can run them through. Nobody is just disrespecting that. Stealing ult orbs out from underneath your nose.
That is crazy. He's posturing like there's a lot of players here.
He's really trying to puff himself up, make himself look big.
Try and push stack of players of XLG over towards A, to where 4 of his players are lying in wait.
And he's a nutcase, isn't he?
He is.
Nobody is one of the most fun players to watch.
Can't divine his play style. Spots a lot of contact though from all these players. Kang, Marshall, just missing the timing of that one, skipping straight past. Door's going to be opening up once more. Nobody in vital need of some help here. 50 seconds remaining. Prowler broken by nobody again, just trying to fake it out, make it feel like there are tons of players here to try and push them again, backing away, delay by time and space. A bit of damage done, but a heal in sight. Raga can be topping himself up here. Leo going for the plant. No pushback, Grenade's going to be a little bit too late to the party.
This is that classic C exec, and Raga always feels like you should be able to punish him, but he plays the position passively, cautiously.
Get around, head's barely poking up and over, and there it is. That was the timing. I was waiting for it still. Got to get through a lot more than that. Chipping away with the wall in hand. Raga's there watching over towards that mount angle. Guardian in play in the hands of Happyway. Will make it sing. And that is beautiful round there from XLG. 4 players surviving.
Keep that idea of the C exec in your mind as we go forwards in these rifle rounds. EDG were tucked close to the wall, trying to punish Raga, seeing if they could get angles over the top of it. But it's so difficult to get an angle on this guy. He knows that he's attracting all of the attention.
Enemy remaining.
And it's very difficult to play your normal anchor setups as well from sight because you're getting faced high-low into.
Hungry, bro! You hungry, hippo!
You see the bonus idea from XLG.
Where are you? Blinded.
It's quite potent. You can see the flash through the door. Kang. Looking like he wants to potentially take the fight at the tail moment of it closing. Prowler's going to be missing a couple of these players and a sound bait and running away. But creeping forwards is XLG.
Time to hunt.
Keep all up towards the staircase here. Nobody's spotting 2. So always going to be connecting. Nobody going to be trying to play towards the back of this site here, but white face in the end to the right for aim. Nobody getting 2 for his troubles. Kang trying to swing out there, but Raga's just going to be taking him out. 3v3. Side control now for them at the plant. Should be going down swiftly.
Cage triggered.
Cage is propped up here. This is EDG fully taking the retake all from heaven.
I think Happyway wanted that to go a little deeper.
Yeah. Smoggy 2 satchels. They'll be able to cut up these angles. First one cleared, along with that paranoia. So a lot of util being bled out, and this setup could be deadly, could be dangerous. Still just obfuscating it now, and the trades are pretty good here. Leaves it into the hands of Lysor. The 1v2. EDG swiftly swarming now. Time to be played. Guardian! Lysor! He's only gone and done it again. Listen to that roar.
He's had a couple moments, hasn't he, in post-plant situations on the A side. This one, he plays it really nicely again.
Spike down.
I feel like XLG's post-plants have been a little disconnected. They are relying on individuals to get them past it. They're not setting up crossfires, swing off contact setups. But as long as they can come out individually ahead of EDG, that is a massive win condition for them. EDG looking to take a fight at Mound.
Yeah, they really are. Sheriff's in hand here, looking to explode out of all of these smokes. Nobody's just holding that flash now, prime for it. Double satchel across. What is that? Happy way! My God. Cutting swarms out of the opposition.
Here.
Didn't even break a sweat doing it by the look of it. Chichu.
He's got such a great control of it too. Throws down the trip, knows what's coming.
Just been maxing. Both orbs vacuumed up. Chichu just running off to the other side of the map, but being swiftly hunted down and out. 8-8, even up here for XLG.
It's absolutely flawless. Raga controls Kankang. That flash, bit of a mistake from nobody, but Happyway was incredibly aware, incredibly ready for this. The trip, a beautiful way of handling that kind of play. He needs to have impact for XLG, and he has been all tournament. Such a consistent player. Another mount fight again here for EDG. They do not want to allow XLG to just walk up and C-pop on them.
Look at the opt-in all the way. The horn's not going to be broken. No, Smoggy revealed. What is that? Blind fire straight through the smoke. He's still gearing up for a little bit more. Smells blood in the water, and the whole squad looking to back him up. Jenny by his side, spamming away. That's a spike completely cut up, and a cheeky play by Lysor, just a one, before he's eventually toppled and felled. Blink of an eye, Happyway. Left to wonder what the hell has happened over there.
I guess you guys needed me, huh? Left in a 1v4, EDG's game plan working perfectly. High-low setup, spike in their face. Even Happyway shouldn't be able to recover this.
No, it's a high-low. Surely you're going to see the precision on display, and there it is, shots. Finding the mark eventually here. Lead now taken back once more by EDG.
And this is why fighting Mound is so good against XLG's composition. I mean, Smoggy should have been punished off the back of that. Lit up by the horns and somehow finds just fishing in a smoke, a headshot onto Raga. It is a bit unlucky, it really is. But the game plan is still good. You want to try to tackle this triple Sentinel comp that doesn't have too many tools to work with for map control before they get into a position where they can just XXC and get into a diabolical post plan. EDG are going to do this time and again. Have XLG got the adjustment?
This time Smoggy trying not to get checked there by the haunt.
It's a VCT fault. I like this. It's going to collapse the setup.
Yeah, potentially, but they look like they may want to fight forwards forward. Still Smoggy, he's not leaving, not vacating. He's been pressured from multiple avenues, but the hit coming through on XLG's side of things, can't quite get past this one way.
I mean, that's rough. If you open that door, you've got to be looking to try to actually take the fight. I think they were expecting EDG to just give them respect.
They're the ones looking to fight it even a bit further. Deep flash, another peek, this time Smoggy. Taking up the vicinity of it, Lysor. Taking with a TP. Trying to pull rotations away, but they're not convinced from the Seekers. Nothing was pointing towards the spawn area. We've seen another paranoia to push them back. 50 seconds remaining. This is time that's getting bled off the clock with XLG having no map control.
And now they're forced to go back into Kankang. He's holding this line.
Yeah, Kankang holding the line. It's A site. Looking much more deadly now. Holding his nerve. Smoke up, but that's not going to be cutting him out of the picture. Not here, not right now, but a spam. There's definite level of awareness here. The horn's going to be disrespected, and the shot just goes wide. Dashing away to disengage, but he goes for another one. Bite of the apple, why not? Instant res to bring them back into the fray. We're going to see this move over towards this B site, but still you've got to deal with this one. Jiggling, jostling your way back into the site. See if you can take it with just raw firepower. XLG barely in time to get that plant down in the MG2. It's heavy damage. Dinking a couple of players in the process, brings it into that 2v2 now up towards heaven, and accounted for into main. Raga spun down through the smoke. Pinpoint accuracy, Smoggy just following it off the minimap, I believe.
Yeah, it's really good, actually, from EDG there. I love that round. The mound pressure, so difficult for XLG to ever be able to get through. Kankang was holding this angle for so long. I think it's kind of a wild call by Leo to have his team go through A to B after you know that they've all been over on the C side of the map for so long. In theory, Kankang should be the only player holding. Kankang's here, but also So is Smoggy with that showstopper.
There's a possibility of a refight here. See how they play it. Nobody could tuck. Refight with the flash and the ult, and looks like they are going to be trying to be as quiet as possible. Breaking down the walls. 4 players now stacked up. Happy way. Very much alone. Cam immediately going to be broken.
At some point, they're going to pop the paranoia and the showstopper.
Just waiting for the contact. Happyway's cages. Prowler forwards, and now the showstopper to hear all that util, but everybody just disengaging. Ready for the potential of that trap play. The Trailblazer not even catching onto it. The slow orbs are perfect for stunting and stalling this out. Dissolves the trap play. No casualties for XLG.
But it's a really nice adjustment coming out of the tag timeout. And in theory, they're reading into the idea that XLG would now react C. Kankan was already making his way over there. Now starts coming back.
Up towards it, Smoggy. It's all going to be on your shoulders here. Prowler needs to be broken. He's going to be showing a lot of respect here. Doesn't want to stick around, and net barely out of dodge from it. Kankan with that dash. It's primed, ready for the taking. He's going to take Raga's life with it. Nobody. Pixel angle takes out Happy Way for the look. Potential is going to be cut away. Chichu's just missing a trick here, but makes the right comms. Leo snaps to it. Magnetic towards Smoggy. Somehow clears up that area, and the wall is down. Plant alongside with it. Nice out now for Kankan. Be holding for now, waiting for the noise cues, looking for the reaction of the rest of his team to see if he can distract them.
Cover going out.
Holding for now. Pack mentality, the EDG taking it flying forwards, and a flash to potentially play off, but Leo's going to be just chopping Kankan straight out of the sky. Nobody already clearing away. Forwards is the fight to be taken here, and the trades are well and good now for EDG, but not anticipating where Lysor is still. Chopped down at the final second, this time not winning out that clutch.
The numbers advantage coming through so crucially there for EDG. They had an extra player on the retake, and Chichu was required. But we're on for another Lysor 1v2 moment over on A. It's another round where EDG have got a great read about what's happening. Smoggy fumbles a little bit to give XLG an opening. But I think EDG are all over them right now. They've really got a good read of how XLG want to pilot their comp. This is now 3 rounds in a row. Last chance for XLG to be able to put together a good buy. Otherwise, this is going to snowball out of control.
Might be lucky. Ball's going to open up once more. Gives an avenue to potentially take a fight, but Kankan's happy to just sit tight. Tucked to the corner.
Early in this half, he was burning his dash in that situation. This time, stays tucked.
Yeah.
Doesn't look for the fight.
Biding his time. Nobody just dominating control of the smoke, ensuring that nobody can step into it, but he is backpedaling now. Warning shots peppered and fired out. Kankan with that dash active now. Doesn't see any signs of life. The Trailblazer is going to be broken. Oh my, this is crazy. Taking the timing, but watched for by Leo, and now he's hard committed into the back line. Gone down. Far too deep behind enemy territory.
They're doing a good job of shutting down Kankan's impact in this game, but XLG need more.
Special delivery and a neural theft is going to be revealing all the player positions, and now that blind is again perfect. Smoggy caught into the corner. Annihilation's going to be sidestepped for now, but a plant still goes down. Without too many problems.
Sage wall over towards stairs, deadlock wall up towards heaven. Really difficult to try to get back in on this post plant. Trip cover in the flank. This is where the triple sentinel comp thrives. In spots like this, it's just not even worth going for EDG. Especially when Jenny and Smoggy don't really have the money to work with. Massive credit to XLG for putting Kankan in these difficult spots. He hasn't yet had one of those extraordinary rounds where he dominates.
Weapon here.
11 and 15, they're keeping him down.
Keeping him in check. It's difficult to do, player of his caliber.
Just absolutely making sure that nobody's going to get that ninja off. Saw an error earlier on from EDG. XLG though, open A, take that space away. And as long as they deal with that little piece of aggression from Kankan, they can get into some good A post plant scenarios here. Faking like they could fight towards Mound, creating that weak side A and then ending A, I think that can be a very strong idea.
Yeah. Similar attack side default, looks like that's where XLG are leaning towards.
And a reminder that XLG need this map. This is their bread and butter, top of the map pool. EDG changed up their comp. You can't let them come away with this heading into Breeze.
Switch up. Vice setup now going to be sticking over towards this A site. Tanking there as reinforcements. There's a Okay, as soon as they hear that, util just happy to evacuate all the way back. Let's listen into XLG, see how they manage it.
Maybe 2B, maybe two. No one A. I think no one A.
Go down. Dog inside.
Setting.
No one side. No
one side, no
Wall
one
here. Wall here. As Pala.
No. No. Down maybe. I was in down. Dead. Nice. Good job. Heaven. Let's go on punish me. Okay, jump. I was in jump. Someone hold down.
I see jump.
Open pen. Go open pen. Hold jump, guys. Hold jump. Hold critical.
Hold jump for me. Hold jump for me.
One way jump. Good plan, guys.
Nice. Good.
It's open plan, guys.
I hold jump.
I gotta play here. You can.
Get themselves into the post plan and all that util set up. They are putting up one hell of a defense now. In control of the side, EDG are backpedaling.
They look like they want to save here in a 4v5 retake. But into all of the Sentinel utility, they just don't feel confident.
No, they don't have a choice, really.
If the early fights don't work. And the crowd jeering as well.
Not happy about it, are they?
Well, XLG have come out with a really nice idea, which is just go A. I mean, EDG are so prepared for the B pop with all of that post-plant util. For the C exec, where Raga walls up, and you have that high-low setup. XLG showcasing here that if you do leave A weak as part of your anti-strat, they're happy to take it. You heard No Man in the comms. Good plant, guys.
Yeah.
Once we get into that spot, feeling good. And what's so interesting about this matchup, too, from a comms perspective, is that XLG have got that mixed style of communication. Sometimes speaking English, sometimes speaking Chinese, depending on who's alive and their comfort levels.
It's forced the timeout out of EDG. First one they've taken in this map, surprisingly enough, despite how close it's been. 11-10 notice.
Good for them, removed out of the pool.
Yeah.
There is absolutely no guarantee that if this goes to split that EDG would be favored, even though a lot of us think of them as being the better team, the more accomplished team over the long term.
See what the adjustment idea is. It looks like a deep walkout. Kang ready to see if he can square up, take this fight all the way forwards, and that is nasty stuff. Little two-piece and dash to get the hell away, but looking like he almost wants to go for seconds once more. Pushing forwards, and there was that fight out towards that C-mount angle, trying to put a squeeze slowly onto XLG.
The spike's been abandoned in no man's land.
Yeah, ensuring that they can't even get into the post plan in the first place.
And No Man himself is on the long wraparound. Might try to put a little bit of pressure through Blue Room.
Sliders of angles here. Lysol just spotting signs of life from Kang. Moving around though, this Cloudburst gives that open access as it fades away. Happy to rip the head clean off. Getting a bit of a sprint on. They are unaccounting for No Man, and he's found signs of all of them. Can't get a second kill, but at least found the first. Nobody just running knife out, and he's setting up. Defensive setups now. Stuns, walls all abound. B site. Reinforcing it now for the future plant.
Shadows traveling. They completely lost track of where this Senti was. No Man's found some incredible opening here, and he's going to get challenged.
Blue room.
The sonic sensor, though, is so tough.
Yeah, tucked to the corner. It's going to be pulling the attention away. Surely at that. Triggered, but the kill claimed once more into the hands of No Man. Can't quite get that one still. Job's not finished. 2v2 now. Chichu making a lot of noise with that. Door opened up. Lysol's once more left in the clutch. A 1v2. See if he can do it once more, but he's smoked off away from all of it. Spam bullets rattled and whistling straight over the head. Attack to see if he can pull out those reactions. And all you got to do is spam away. They find the goods, they find the kill. EDG get to 12.
Wild round coming out of the tag timeout. Kang missed the timing of the first player to tuck. And yet he's still so sharp with it. First round where that early pressure from him has resulted in a massive advantage for EDG. Especially with the spike just being dropped into their laps. And the XLG coaches are absolutely gutted they couldn't convert the post plant. EDG go up to a mat point. They'll have 2 opportunities to close it.
Operator in the hands of Kang once more. Towards his A site. It's going to be opened up wide. It's a very similar defensive setup and default. Doesn't really reveal too much. Nobody's going to be spotting at least No Man. They heard a Prowler too, so they know that there's a lot of players over the wards. Fighting into A rubble.
XLG, though, found a lot of success at just going A in spots like this. When EDG are keeping weak side A and Kang with so much on his shoulders. Even if he goes 1-for-1 here, Raga's got the res.
Pot shots. Through the wall, orbs are being claimed, picked up, and that is a nasty shot. Just adjust the aim in time. Dragged to back away, but it just immediately is undone. Resurrecting the kills, flowing forwards. Nobody looking to see if he can do a little bit more damage. Chipping away at them from the side. Kang.
Here.
Does he miss his timing? Not quite. He's very aware of this one. Very aware. And that is the spike donated. Lysor.
Here.
No ult to pick this one up. They're going to have to fight this one tooth and nail, but this is EDG looking primed and ready to secure up Lotus, set themselves up beautifully for the rest of the series.
It's 30 seconds.
It needs heroics.
Raga and Happyway are nowhere near.
It needs more than that.
left.
It needs pure individual brilliance. Nowhere near at all. 25 seconds left. Time is just running short and dry. Kang.
20 seconds.
Chilling for now, biding his time, waiting for it because they know the emphasis is placed on the XLG. Lysor, 15 seconds, Kang already activating, flash connects, and that's it. Toppled all the way, 13 to 10, EDG taking away that map pick of XLG. And surely ready for the slam dunk finish on Breeze. And that Breeze, a map where Tedesco's just teeing it up. They've been umming and ahhing at this one. EDG are quite capable when it comes to the Breeze themselves. We were talking about how important that first Lotus map is, but now XLG tasked with putting it behind them in the back of their minds, not thinking about it and just setting their sights forwards here on the pistol.
Recon sees nothing.
Few shots though, that is a tremendous amount of damage. Jenny almost just going down. The shots in the chest there. Happy way. Always happy to scrap.
EDG wanted to get a push out mid, see if they could get a flank retake going somewhere else around the map.
Spike.
Nobody on Sova now pushing through elbow. As you see, EDG with this somewhat aggressive approach to A, they can get a lot more aggro than this actually, but it's Jenny with the Sheriff and a nade up close. He backs up now though.
A little bit worried about this. Two players towards the back of the site now. Jenny looking to see if he could anchor this one, but there's already Viper Wall up onto the one side. Harbor Wall's going to be used pretty early here. Smoggy just looking to see if he can push this back and away. The paranoia is pretty picture perfect at that though, and that Recon's going to be revealing a whole tremendous amount of players. Grouped up though, it comes down to the trades, and my god, Happy Way just inserts himself between the pyramids. Just cleaves through the opposition once more.
Really nice pistol round to open from XLG. They deal with what EDG were looking for, which was that mid-aggression. A little bit of maybe what many would call a do-nothing default at the start.
Yeah, it was a do-nothing default.
See if you could just control EDG's proactivity and then go back in towards A. The idea for EDG, when they've played in China, a lot of the time, not literally every time, but a lot of the time, has been fighting forwards in A main, with Smoggy using his Cove aggressively, and Jenny supporting with those flashes. Jenny's already had an incredibly good map 1.
Okay.
And he was arguably the most important player of their previous game. Got a chance to do the same once rifles are in hand, but this is just a chance for XLG to start building up. And I think especially for Raga to start building up. If you're running a tag side Phoenix, you do want to be trying to take space and play for orbs. But without a Harbor in the comp, these progression smokes are a bit more dangerous. Raga's not feeling confident yet at fighting for these ult orbs.
Yeah.
Poison's off.
Definitely crouched up for now towards the A main side. Minute on the mark. XLG look to start to move into the next phase. Whatever they were planning, Happy Way. Again, happy to just be posted. Constantly watching for signs of life.
So far, it's just been all EDG aggression and XLG mopping it up.
Yeah, very slow. Happy to let the fight come to them. Cove's going to be used very early on here just to try and stop them in their tracks. But again, anchoring over towards the back of the site, trying to force the fights into close quarters with the pistols, and immediately just swept away. It's an onslaught occurring.
Trying to build up towards Happy Way's ultimate, actually, because he's already got so many kills early on. He's going to be 3 away from having a pit online. Not something you can necessarily play around, but a great advantage if you can get it down in a post-plant scenario at some point.
Yeah.
Especially if it's in one of those eco swing rounds early. EDG haven't shown us too much yet. This next round, they're going to have their rifles online, try to fend off an XLG on a bonus.
It could be a great opportunity to speed things up if you're XLG. Put the pressure on immediately. There it is. I mean, Chichu hoping he can go down to the spike. Always a tricky challenge when the plan's down onto Breeze on the A side. He's playing the life a Happy Way at least, and might be going for a little bit more. Picked up a weapon. He's going to look to deny this one away from them. Leo might be able to pick it up in the midst of all of it. Wondering whether or not they want it.
Yeah, they don't want it.
Yeah.
I mean, he had a Guardian in hand.
Grounded.
Player with a Stinger was a little too far back. I agree with you, though. I think XLG need to turn up the tempo. We already heard from the EDG coaches from Autumn. He wants them to be aggressive. He wants them to get into XLG's space. That's been a bit of a problem so far in these first 2 rounds, but we'll see if XLG have similar ideas. At the moment, looks like they're just set up to try to punish Kang in mid again.
There's some unique Viper Wars coming out of Chichu. He's throwing it all over the map. Different to the one on prior when he was using it on the ecos, like the NRG Viper Wall that they use on their defense. But here looking to see if they can feign like they're sending it with a lot more pressure over towards B, and it's definitely pulling the attention away while the rest of XLG slowly make their way forwards. Double doors. There's now for the taking. Nobody there with that rifle. He's going to be favored into that fight. Kang's there with the coverage as well. But to stop it in its tracks. The high tide is immediately going to be used, and that's not going to be available for this one here. Up the gut through mid. XLG are just trying to see if they can carve a path forwards to success. The orb stopping them for now, but they're able to lower it on their own timings.
Here.
XLG didn't commit to this
My
one.
God, not committing at all. Now they're potentially going to get picked apart. Kang has found potential timing. Looking behind here, and yet back's going to be turned towards him. Killer instinct just missing from XLG.
Yeah, they needed to take that timing to run into B and try to get a plan down. Gianni had already pushed through B main, trying to put himself in an uncomfortable spot, and it's all down to Lysor on the bonus.
Yeah.
He's got no hope. And EDG pick off, frankly, quite an easy one. Great comms from the B players, by the way. We saw it from Smoggy's POV. He was thinking of throwing a smoke, a cove over towards B main, and he heard the comms from his B players. Guys, there's no commitment on this.
Yeah.
They
pressure.
They drone, but it's fake pressure. And at that point, the A players on EDG rotate their attention towards double doors and pick off XLG on that timing. Hapué now getting up towards that pit. So far, actually quite a passive setup towards A main. EDG changing around the way that they played. In their grand finals, actually, EDG took a slightly less aggressive approach on this map, defensively. But they often have the Harbor take contact early on. Smoggy is the one holding double doors, and I think that'd be a red card for most teams.
It's a reverse from what we've seen in Americas, but China plays by a different rule book.
The flash support, though, even though it's Smoggy taking contact, Gianni's util is so good for him.
Blind is going to be nice here. Surge to pull away and takes away from the drone and the information they could otherwise gather from it. Very slow going from XLG. Multiple rounds now where they're just looking to put the squeeze.
They're threatening heaven as well. And no one from EDG is pulling it away.
It's just a contact repeat looking for the information here. He's lucky to be alive that his head wasn't taken clean off. Spying into the smokes now. You want to go to Guardian to play with that. Nade's coming through, but Happy Way straight there. Through the main smoke. It's going to be making them punish and pay for it. Chichu, nobody, Smoggy, the last left alive here, looking for a way forwards, but it's only Smoggy onto the side. There's not a lot you can do from a spot like this. Smoked off. He's going to have to let this plant go down, and Smoggy's ended up using all of his util. He's not going to have a high tide to see if he can even play the retake.
This slow approach from XLG is working really nicely.
It's a very nice post plant on top of it.
Chichu's wall isn't for retake.
No.
Smoggy doesn't have his.
They basically have to give it up.
It's crazy how often we've seen EDG save in this series already.
Yeah.
They've got a lot of respect for XLG's post plan. It makes sense on Lotus, obviously, because you're playing triple Sentinel, but here, they just want to keep it safe. Kankan's the only player that wouldn't be able to buy in the next, but EDG do not want their money to get into a difficult scenario.
Yeah, it might be part of the strategy is to try and get the economy flush so they can get an operator in his hands at some point.
I am surprised that we heard from Autumn. I'm going to tell my players to carry on playing aggressively. I'm going to encourage that from them. And yet what we've actually seen is they're lacking that information. They feel worried about going and recon testing into mid.
There's no fight towards extremities. It's
XLG are squeezing them out of the map.
Yeah.
And respect to them. This is a map that XLG were not that great at. They changed up their composition here for London. And to be fair, the VCT CN teams have actually done a great job with the time off.
Yeah, they have. Make full usage of it. Most dominant that China has ever been collectively at a tournament. Obviously, we've seen top finishes from EDG in the past.
But guaranteed top 3 this region with a collective 4-1 record. That is strong.
And it's never been done up until now.
For these two teams,
For China, yeah. For these two teams. We'll see, though. XLG finding a potential gap over towards elbow. Actually walking up. This is the Viper Wall being thrown by Chichu. Does cut off this angle Makes it difficult to see if he can get through. Cloudburst and a clearance as well. This is XLG just taking their sweet time of it. Make sure they don't give away too much of the game. That pressure mounts onto EDG. Might be forcing a reaction out of them.
Smoggy's picks towards double doors have been the only way that EDG have been looking to actually get aggressive.
Yeah, and he's just swinging basically alone here. There's no util to supplement that one. The knife immediately going to be broken. Taken out. So Molly's really going to be thrown out. Noman. He's lucky there. Just gets out barely. Regen Armor going to be kicking in, but he still will go down to basically a single bullet. Flash forwards.
They've got no information, EDG. They don't know if it's an A split or a B split.
They're left guessing completely. 40 seconds left. XLG are still waiting. Leo cross map with a dart now, looking to see if he can fake some of the pressure, but that's a high tide to cut his way up in through mid. Now the pressure's on through this tunnel area. Chichu unleashes it. Snakebite's going to be stunting the play over towards main, and now puts the pressure onto these tunnel players. They've got to see if they can carve a path forward. Any sort of distraction, but right now it's EDG that are the ones battering their way forwards. Finding the kills, flooding forwards now, and still they have a presence onto the side. There's 13 seconds left. Got to get the plant down. And Lysor carved out a bit of a pocket, but they know exactly where he is. The plant has to be committed inside the smoke. Defense is there. No man straight at it, but he's so low. The earlier engagements. Swift breeze will bring him down, and all it takes is a single bullet of Kang.
It's a weird beginning here on Breeze, Brent. It really is between these two teams. EDG are playing almost scared on their defense side, unwilling to take any level of refight into mid to try to get an understanding of what's happening. The rotating players who came through arches there both got picked off. And Kang's so late, but XLG took it so slowly. Both teams very tentative right now.
Yeah. There's tension in the air, despite the fact that this is an upper bracket game. It won't spell doom and defeat.
I think you often see this in regional matchups. Because these two teams have played against each other so many times, you're trying to stay one step ahead.
Yeah.
You're not just
tendencies, right? Inside and out. So
you're not sticking to your normal game. You're constantly trying to throw in curveballs.
Toxins going up.
It leads to moments like this here.
Poison's off.
Big group up once more. You can see it's very passive play again from XLG. They're trying to stay out of range of a potential knife that could get thrown from Jenny. Would spoil the party. They're hoping it would only just tag onto Leo, but he's the only one showing presence, making it feel like it's fake presence, but now the pop comes through. This is XLG looking to strike right where it hurts, while the iron is hot.
Big 2K from Raga. Chichu backpedaling, not confident taking the fight. Completely inaccurate. And here comes Happy Way's ultimate. Built it so early on, and this is going to secure things EDG are going to have to save again.
Yeah.
If they don't have the information about where the pop is coming from, they're not going to be fast enough on the flanks. They're not going to be set up for the retakes or the floods. These players towards A are never going to be able to help Chishu and nobody if they keep running defensive setups like this.
We're going to be seeing a lot of saves, and imagine if this keeps up. There needs to be some sort of interjection.
It's crazy that Jenny hasn't used utility in the round.
That's what I'm wondering. I mean, that's why XLG are playing so slow, right? They're waiting out of range of the knife, trying to bait out some pieces of the util.
And you're also expecting EDG to be flash re-clearing stuff, but it's not something they've gone for yet.
No. Smoggy is really the bravest of the bunch. He's the one just taking the fight over towards double doors, and that could go wrong at a moment's notice.
Big 2K from Raga, though, genuinely. And these are his first 2 kills of the map so far. Look at how tepid, though, Chichu's fight.
Which is, it's odd to see, but I think it's just them trying to hide their intent.
Well, Jenny is looking to land a really big 0 point here at the beginning of the round. If he goes for it.
Drone, it's a far back position. Does cancel out a Sova, and it only tags onto the one player, Leo.
Good positioning from XLG.
Yeah. Drone going to be used by nobody here. Clears most of the way, just spots the one. Happy Way doesn't really reveal too much in terms of it. They already knew where the setup was lying roughly.
XLG have done a great job here at avoiding the information from the initiator utility.
Yeah.
They're making it incredibly difficult right now for EDG to figure out what's going on unless they peek stuff. Here comes Raga with his ultimate.
Yep, there it is, earned up now. Anchoring player is going to be heavily tested. Smoggy's going to be using that high tide nice and early. The Dark going to be sailing up overhead, and they do deal with the util in time. Forwards again with the fight to be taken. That's a good blind. It somehow Raga still gets Smoggy. Reclaiming a weapon. Could have been really punishing there. Nobody though. He's still claiming their lives, and a shot in the Dark comes alive. This is Kang active. Jumping around now to side, putting the pressure onto multiple avenues. It's EDG with them surrounded now. Post-plan control. Dire for XLG. They're going to have to punch a hole through the wall to see if they can get out of this one. Kang slowly works his way around. Chasing and choking the life out of them, but Leo is still kicking this guy in a 1v1. Shut down by Jenny.
They had a massive blunder on Lotus where they let this guy run over them. Great work from Jenny being able to close that out. He gets his null command online, but nobody is the hero here for EDG.
I can't believe this.
Yeah,
Time to pick up the gun too. This is...
The utility from
Unreal.
Smoggy is also really good though. High Tide really stopped those XLG players being able to get into nice spots, stop them swinging through together. Storm Surge too to be able to set nobody up for the first kill and let him grab a Vandal. The slow play though is still causing problems for EDG. I think they felt a lot of relief there when they finally understood that XLG were on the A-pop. Raga's ultimate was like a signal beam for them to go towards.
Finally. Knowing the true intent of the round. A lot of contacting early on here. Flash onto the corner just in case Kang was up onto that line. But now, really, the emphasis is going to be placed on the Smoggy to try and stop this one. Nobody supplementing. Cross the map with a Hunter's Fury. That's a big tag onto two of the players. Even claiming the life of Lysol, but Kang takes his time with it. Yeah, the peak, it comes up with the goods. Raga now still firing forwards. That flash dodged and sharp as anything. Raga just dominating. Takes control. And the site entirely his now for his team to get into the post plant.
This is what he's capable of. He has dominated VCT in the past. Never been able to show it at a global. Always struggled with his mental. This could be the game where he shines.
And Kang might be regretting the kind words that he gave him earlier, but still, it's Jenny who finds it now. That null command. It's its way forwards. No util. No access to it, at least into the post. Where's that nade going? That's gone all the way to the side. Flash not one-handed. And Jenny's got one more for their troubles. Gone running out of ammo, but the flash is even better. Chichu with a stick all the way. Needs to be defended. And it is.
Jenny has been a hidden hero for EDG at this tournament. The flashes absolutely murdered XLG in A main there. What a pivot from Raga, though, to be able to set them up in an advantage to start with. Here it's Jenny with some underhand flashes.
Yeah, the util dump. Frustration.
EDG's composition is going to be deadly on these retakes. As long as Smoggy's alive or Chichu has a retake set up, a pit in his hand. You see him with the retake wall on A now. That implies that they're going to play a little more aggressively. Kang's even peeking actually in front of this.
Yeah. It's more similar to the setup they were running in China.
If nobody gets smoked off, though, Kang's got to be worried. Because now, they could path through elbow and behind him.
They know the presence is there earlier just from the knife that was thrown out the dart. Doesn't reveal much. Spam going either way of it. Nobody somehow unscathed.
One of the other downsides of EDG not playing aggressive is that usually Smoggy charges up his ultimates really fast because he's always playing for this A orb, which is crazy to have the defenders playing for that, but it's what EDG have been doing in VCTCN.
Papua's looking for a reaction.
He's just hoping that they go for that flash reclear. They'll have seen it tons of times in scrims, in VODs, but EDG are changing things up.
Completely. 3 players stacked over towards B here, looking to put the defense online.
It's the right read. Oh, what timing.
Yeah, knife. Tags onto multiple of them. Massive amounts of suppression, and now it's a rumble here. Base in the copper box. As the footsteps start to rumble towards Kang here, but the operator still good for it. There it is, gone for another peek. Slight shot just about missing. Cloudburst's going to be laid down now, but a high tide again makes it even more difficult. Reasserting themselves into the back of side. Time, pressure on XLG. They're going to get this plan down. Shot forwards, just sails over the shoulder. It allows Lysol to get this plan down. Hunter's Fury even better. Smoggy can only do so much. Sailed there by the Hunter's Fury. Multiple players quickly on his location. Still a 2v3 though. XLG are the ones being pressed into a corner. Positions now noted. They know where Lysol is. They know where the main player is as well. EDG can just take this one together with a lot of discipline. And surely with the rifle aim, yes, it rings out true. EDG with another 1 round. Now taking the lead in this map.
Saving some of this utility for the late round. They're still not playing that aggro. But the 0 point that hit all of those XLG players towards B, they just lost their faith. Started barreling across the map, as you said, straight into Kong Kong.
Let's go!
And EDG have got that tight spacing on the retake. Despite the fact that XLG planted it in front of Chishu's retake wall. Smoggy finally has his ult online. It's another tough round for XLG here. 3 retakes in a row. And some of them, pretty big fumbles from XLG. The coaching staff not happy.
No, but no timeout being hit.
They've also forced, look at the buy. It's kind of horrid.
It's all over the place. 2 Guardians. Raga does have an ult of his own once more. That's another knife. It's going to be undoing potentially the drone here. Raga's just sending the ult anyway. This is just right into the maw. Snakebite and the Molly in a dash forwards from Nomad is immediately punished as well. It's anchoring setup fully online here for EDG. Slamming your head against a brick wall is the equivalent. That's what XLG have been doing here. It's a Phoenix wall to play your way forwards. Raga still forward, still getting spammed out, and that is beautiful util once more. Blinded up, twisting and turning. See if you can find where these players might be lying, but it's all EDG again.
The utility being dumped into that choke point. So impossible for XLG to make their way through. Chishu steps forwards, everyone getting aggressive, pushing up towards the choke, locking XLG out. And finally, the attackers are going to have to take a timeout here, because now this is 4 rounds in a row. And they've got no money to work with either. Done, he's good for 2. Which is a wild thing to say about the guy. But you see him 12 and 6 right now in the spots that he's playing. You won't catch a lot of other Silver players in them. And Gianni is having a tournament. Great to see him back in the roster.
Contemplating the util, just a smoke to block it off. Smoggy
Spike drop.
inserts himself in there with a shorty in hand. That could be deadly, that could be dangerous players.
No, but nobody has just run forwards and taken the ult orb at B.
Yeah, and that space has been taken up completely here. Happy way. Not enough bullets to really do the job there. Cut down.
What a round to decide to go aggressive. And here's a flash re-clear.
Yeah, there it is. That's what we're doing.
This was their bread and butter.
Gets the punish down to Leo. Hell of a time to go aggressive against the eco, but EDG not punished for it.
Yeah, it's wild.
Hear the footsteps now. At the minute mark, they have pulled bits and pieces of util out for XLG. They're still hunting around for any opportunity to get back into a round like this, but they don't have the guns.
Considering that nobody took that ult orb, he's now 1 away from a Hunter's Fury. That's going to be an enormous tool in the final round of the half.
Yeah.
And they are very set up to stuff this at B.
There it is. Blind is good. Chichu is going to be able to get active here. Nobody! My God, the wraparound. They weren't expecting it at all. It's weak as anything here, but a TP. Hello. Okay. It's cheeky stuff from XLG. Anything to see if they can take a couple of risks, maybe potentially turn around. But for now, it's all EDG. In this upcoming round 12, last one of the half, this has to be what the timeout was for.
A great map from the IGL of EDG. Look at the playmaking that he's confident to go for. Beginning of the round as well, just disrespecting completely.
Dominating.
And now he's got a Hunter's Fury alongside Smoggy's ultimate. It just gets harder and harder for XLG.
Last chance for them to put a round on the board, bring it up to 5. Will be a respectable half. Look to slowly take this one though. A bit of spam is, again, it's putting a bit of a pause in their step here. Forwards again moving with the util. Hunter's Fury from nobody.
Bait. Really good bait.
Unleashed. It's got the punish last time the A-split was coming through. This time they're moving completely up the gut, straight through mid, jump spot. So if you can spot the signs of life, Chichu. It's going to be tested here, anchoring in that spot, but still just takes the peek all the way out. Jenny going to be taken out. Immediately brought down and Happyway through that main angle. Chichu had nowhere to really run.
Decisive strategy from XLG. Love this one. Smoggy's got to go for it. This is not a round to save. This is the final one of the half. Smoggy's got the ult.
Everybody going to be making a play for that. Is dangerous stuff. Happyway though, just barely escaping, and now you see it. Ult. Ready and waiting to roll its way forward to get the blinds online.
Oh, Raga's dodged it.
Just as the drone's out, but Raga has dodged it. Sitting, tucked towards tunnel, waiting for the signs of life. Now straight past the high tide. They weren't anticipating this one at all. It's XLG. Get themselves that 5th round. Competitive half of Valorant on Breeze that we're seeing still signs of life for this squad.
They've managed to recover it with that final one. 5 rounds in a row that EDG put on the board, and XLG looked down and out. Huge credit to the coaching staff to be able to find that adjustment late on. Great round from the strat book.
Absolutely. Now yet to be seen as well if they can take it all the way and decide if we will go to split. It's in XLG's hands.
I'm in the mood. Sweet one, yo. Said I'm in the mood. Strong one.
And even that, to be honest, was not their most flashy half.
That was pretty standard stuff, really. EDG not really forced to get active, but now on the attack side, we might start to see that pace increase. Deep wall and deep walk down mid. XLG hoping that there's a gap here. A lot of teams do leave the elbow angle open, but Chichu's going to be spotting it, but he is hard committed. He's stuck to the one side of this one. How the hell do you get out? He could get pressured, but they choose to give it up.
Yeah, they hear the drone coming up mid, worried that they might get pinched from the other avenue. A flash. XLG want to try and create a fight, but EDG are not giving it to them.
No, very slow so far. Holding the ground. Now looking to re-clear a bit of space over towards B. This one might just come down to the shots fired. XLG again looking for another go around. Over towards the elbow angle maybe, but insert themselves into mid while EDG are grouping up now, ready for the pop. Cloudburst forwards and a dash engage. Kankang is inserting himself now into that anchor smoke, just making sure that he has a lot of that space, but accounting for no man. He's right there with them. Nobody towards the side. His shots rattling out of that classic. Only doing so much here, but EDG still might be able to clean this one up. 3v3 up against the backwall. Cuts away the potential of that util, but again, only for the one player. Snakebite going a little bit wide, but the shot dart doesn't. Hello, that's the vulnerable kicking in. Jenny taken out. Now sidestep, happy way. The sidesteps his way into the fight. That's a big pistol round win for XLG.
That is exactly what they needed in that spot. Trying to get proactive, the duelists holding hands around the map, looking for that information, and getting themselves into a position where they're putting a lot of pressure as the plant goes down. That wasn't so much a set retake. That was them doing a ton of damage with that attempt at a snakebite shot combo as the spike is being driven into the ground. Much more of a higher tempo attempt there from XLG on their defense side. Pressure back on EDG. And an opportunity for XLG to be building up towards some of their important ultimates. We saw Happyway get his pit online fairly early on. I'm looking towards Raga, but it doesn't look like the game's coming towards him.
No, these A-side players can be feeling the heat momentarily, even if it is just the eco. There's always danger when you anchor.
Look at how EDG are focusing on building up Smoggy's ultimate.
There it is, Cove jutting out now with that flash and a dart. Forwards again, it's going to get that reveal forwards and looking to see if they can swarm these players out, but somehow disengaging from the fight entirely. Leo is going walkabouts. Lost in transit there, really, and now that reload and attempted to punish, but it's covered in time. Lysol over the shoulder. We see it, the molly climbs up and already over towards it. Smoggy just trying to assert himself inside his own cove, but immediately taken out. 4 players living here for XLG. A healthy bonus going to be waiting on the other side.
Yeah, well played from XLG, but EDG are still accomplishing one of their micro goals here, which is getting Smoggy as close as possible to this Harbor ultimate. He was able to get an ult orb, able to get a plant, able to get a death. And he's almost got that online. He's one away. So I think XLG into the next. Pretty obvious game plan here of trying to deny an ult orb. Where's he going to play for it? The thing is, with the Harbor in the composition, you really can go for the B orb too. He's not guaranteed to play for A.
Yeah.
But it looks like A is the destination that both teams have in mind. Are XLG going to contest him for this?
Looks like it may be. There's potential there.
Yeah, Raga steps up.
Yeah. Grouped up. This Cove is going to be immediately placed down. It's not going to deny the space. Raga straight up in there, and that's going to be Knife revealing that uncertainty now in a step of EDG, but they got their watchful eyes onto the Cove.
Kang looking to play anti-flash.
Yep, forwards again. TP looking for the space and the information. Lysol's lost! What is going on there?
Take flight.
Thought he was on the other side of the Cove there, but he's just absolutely fed himself into the maw. Now we see it. Ult now finally built up and earned. That's going to be cleaving forwards. Partitioning and dissecting most of this site. Ready for Kang to see if he can take advantage of it. Forwards again. Raga's going to be traded. 2 players left to stand against for XLG. Plant's going to go down for EDG. There's no real pushback. Happy way and no man. Got to do it all from a spot like this. Really the weapons at hand for it though. Bulldog, always potential. Tight pocket to play in. No man spotting the signs of life.
We've seen EDG get over-aggressive in spots.
This time maybe a bit more discipline here. The players are taking contact. They take the fights together. So 1 round here for EDG. 1 round lead.
You can see that XLG had a game plan, but what a fumble in the execution.
That is crazy.
Complete fumble. Hey, he just gets lost.
Yep,
He just absolutely gets lost there. Can't remember which way he turned when he came in. Thinks he's backing out into sight. Needs a GPS.
It's just absurd.
There's no flash comboed with that, though. You know, maybe they were setting up, faking that teleport, and then they were going to go back in with a flash re-clear, but that's a big opportunity squandered. No man picks up the operator. He's got a chance here.
Oh, heavy footsteps though, heavy presence over towards A. Already not messing around. Drones forward, flash up and overhead. Popping out into the smoke as it deads. Anchoring positions here, be damned. Lysol's got a hell of a task once more. Can he pick up the pieces? Not quite.
He's been good on the entry, Kong Kong.
Yeah. Cutting down the opposition.
Spike
Big
planted.
reveal, but a shot into the box just goes wide.
How did that miss?
Not too sure. Maybe not quite deep enough in terms of the shot, but he's going for it again. Still no damage. Sailing around. It's a really difficult retake now. Playing with the operator in your hands. You've got smokes on smokes. Hiding this one. Nobody's going to be the first player that they have to see if they can deal with. Leo's somehow found a kill. No man alongside it. Jumping around though, trying to avoid all of that fire. Nobody. Pressure towards the back. He's taken out. Raga, one-man army. Steps forwards once more, but a snake bite forwards. Anything to delay the time. Defuse. Already going to be stuck here. Chi-Chu. Monumental opportunity. Damage done. Harmon the defuse. Barely there in time. XLG drag it back up to 8.
Nice try from Shishu, but these retakes are looking good from XLG. It's very similar to round 1. Another snakebite shock dart combo that you just see there. Takes down Jenny. And Noman, the final player left in the tournament with these UK ties, picking up the AWP, finding the value, escorting his team onto angles. And despite how good EDG look at being able to secure a main and pop into the site, XLG have actually got some really nice ideas of how to put the pressure back on with a counter punch.
It's calling for caution now. EDG. They don't want to rush into anything here, but that's a big reveal with the paranoia on top of it. Raka. Hell of a shot from Kang.
He needs that.
Yeah. Completely dissipates the ult.
A lot of chunk damage being done over to nobody too. He's 1 away from Hunter's Fury.
Re-exploring.
Yeah, XLG are looking to grab that information. Didn't want to go aggressive again in A main. Get a little bit of a clear in mid. Don't find Chishu.
Flash though, surely going to be heard. EDG might look to speed this one up.
He's only got a judge here.
Yeah.
He's got to get back close.
Peeling back though, no man. He's got an operator, does adjust it in time with the judge. Running and cutting. Happy Ways getting away with bloody murder. That's unreal. The choke point off limits. No access at all.
Great shutdown as well from No Man. He's got to step forwards there to buy Happy Way the space as he comes back close with the judge. The drone from Nobody creating that pressure, and XLG, they've actually got a pretty fundamentally good defense side here cooking. They're putting a bit of pressure on early with the Phoenix ultimate. They're going and re-clearing towards mid, and then they've got a shutdown on B. And at the moment, they've got nobody playing to their tune.
That's going to have to be that save, isn't it? Seconds ticking down. That's if they can even keep hold of these guns. XLG look like they are really posturing for it. Slowly approaching here, but this has been a very cautious game so far.
It has. Both
Not
teams
seeing too much all in it.
feeling each other out for sure. I think one reason is because XLG were expecting more aggression from EDG on the defense side, so they were very tepid in their approach. But I think one of the other reasons is that EDG don't actually have a great feel on how
Money flush with cash, really. Going to be able to buy for the next few rounds here. It's EDG that are being pressured. We'll see if they take heed.
I got to imagine that this is just a can't round.
Yeah, you see the knives popped.
Give him the Blade Storm, give him a recon and a flash, and see if he can go crazy. I would have liked to see them even do something fast off the rip here at A main.
Very, very worried. Potential of something here from XLG, a bit of A main control perhaps, but it's not really in their wheelhouse right now.
Again, it's so cautious from both teams.
Either side willing to step into something, but now with a drone forwards, it's a misplaced with a dash. Kang's moving, he's eventually able to salvage that one moving forwards, but he's not into the backside control. The flash though, forwards, that's dodged in time. XLG still finding their mark. Rooted to the spot here, but not expecting that, not anticipating the Smoggy. Gonna be able to see if he can get that pinch online. Shock darts, sailing away. It's decent chip damage, but at least a post plant now to be played for EDG. In a good spot here with the pit. Updraft not seeing no signs of life. Jenny might have just missed this one. Retreats back all the way to main.
I think that's a really nice reposition.
The shock dart, Smoggy's been brought down.
Chichu's alone now.
He has to be the key player. As long as he stays up, so does the pit. Looking to fight for his life, but all eyes over towards main. Jenny going to be spotted out now. In through the pit. Cloudburst cuts it up. They want to fight this one forwards. The right click going wide. Chichu steps forwards once more. And he's out to the 1v1. 1v2. It's all Leo. And time more than enough here to get the defuse online.
These retakes from XLG have worked time and again. Funky idea from EDG. Changing the pathing of where Smoggy was going for. He gets a 2K with the Stinger, and then the pit absolutely made it winnable. But it's that tight spacing on retakes again. Both teams being really good at it. Putting a ton of pressure onto Jenny, who had repositioned. No man, selfless, jumps in, happy way trades. And now a very different idea from EDG.
Yeah.
As this map starts to crawl away from them, Kang, the hero, the superstar, picks up an attack-sided op. Might be good to try to punish some of the aggressive plays that XLG have been making.
We'll see though. It's been very slow going. That's a big reveal up towards that top section of mid, but no man takes a shot. He was already trained on the perfect line.
Raga was incredible bait there.
He really was. Forced the fight to just pull him the entirety of the opposition all the way out here.
It was like a wriggling worm on a hook.
Yeah. They could not resist. Just like that. The punch and the star power, the potential of Kang with that attack side op is just dissipated. Orb up though, maybe you can rely on Chichu.
No man's on it again.
He's already watching for the line, just sees the peak and takes his time with a shot. Doesn't rush into things. Massive player advantage now here for XLG. Huge opportunity, underhanded with the flash again. No connection there onto Lysor, and he's looking to see if he can make a go of things. Oh my goodness. Right here forwards, and this guy's feeling it. Got a hot hand, looking to take the fight straight to him. The chip damage. Eventually laying up enough there. That's a flawless round for XLG. It's going to see fist bumps all around here, up to 11 now.
He's had a slow beginning on Breeze, but done a great job there. And did anyone have No Man jet diffing Kang in this matchup? Not something that he's been playing in China. No Man was playing a ton of the Waylay, that kind of stuff. Now coming out here on Kang's signature character, signature agent, and actually getting more impact. It's been a little bit of a quiet day from Kang. They've done a good job at shutting him down.
EDG not saving to drag it all the way to OT. This is a full investment, a force into it.
The big area that Kang's been able to have impact is when entering into the A site with that flash, with that recon. He's going to have to get past No Man.
Left guessing. Worried about the potential of fights towards a main, but that has never been the game plan outside of potentially the bonus of XLG.
Well, the more that Leo holds on to his Hunter's Fury, the more you're worried about it.
Yeah. You're going to see it here. Co-force to see if he can play the team all the way in. Flash overhead along with that no command. No man's surely going to be caught out of the way. That is carnage. Cross-section of the beams. Seeing a Hunter's Fury unleashed on either side right now. And maybe in the middle of all this chaos, you can start to see and come up with the goods. EDG somehow still up to 5 players. Get the plant down in the midst of all of it. And that nade has just found the feet of Happy Way. He's done, taken out.
And look at this flank from Chichu.
Yeah.
This is the extra layer to be able to stop the XLG retake.
At this point, XLG, no real hope here. They're on a timer.
Awareness?
No man. Hell of awareness. That's one of the players out, but it's counter spam that does solve that problem. Lysor stepping back in. 1v4 though. Time already ticking away, so he's going to be pressured in that aspect of the game. So EDG, they are still showing signs of life here with a round win. It's a big one for them.
Yeah, keeping it within 2. EDG's best chances of winning this game are closing things out here on Breeze. They are undefeated in their region on this map. Losing here and sending things over to Split where you've always got a chance at it disappearing. Went to an OT last time these two teams played in the grand finals. They're risking that top 3 guaranteed. That's what the winner is playing for here. And a chance to continue in the upper bracket with eyes on a trophy.
That's a potent reward. Being able to stay in the upper bracket gives you many opportunities to see if you can lift the trophy. It's exactly the same fashion that EDG did their run in 2024. Lifting that trophy, we're going to see it. Multitude of ultimates now being thrown out. Raga with that flash and oh my, the molly as well. Just barely missing a chance with the kill, but still the damage is done through that main control. It's a hard commitment. As they realize that the double door angle is lost, they have to commit to one of these sides. XLG though still might be in a bit of trouble despite the player advantage they've got. They are being pressured from multiple directions, but EDG just don't really have the manpower at this point. 2 players down, tagging a reveal. Jenny doesn't know which way to go yet still. Jenny! It's been a saving grace, a guiding light for them, and he does it again! Denying the opportunity for XLG to get to 12, keeping his team into the round.
Bit of an overheat there, though. They had that player advantage. Jenny had done brilliantly, but he gives XLG a way back in, and the read here is really nice. No Man pivoting with the operator is going to be here in time, and Smoggy's used his smoke at elbow.
Ready to receive, 30 seconds left.
30 seconds left.
No Man is going to be able to spot this presence shortly. Jump spot though, just misses the shot. Now the dash is active, misses the second one. Now quickly assailed. Chichu realizing it, got to get a plant down. Best position you're going to be in a long while, but Smoggy lurking up onto the ang, but he's just revealed. Happy Way announced himself all the way in for the back. It's getting scrappy, it's getting messy. Chichu, 4 bullets, barely out of time. The secondary sidearm for the Red Bull clutch. How has he pulled that off with 5 health?
Havoya's distraught. No Man had 10 opportunities to win this round.
I'm pretty sure the regen armor saved him.
It's also got to be the shorty nerf.
That's unbelievable.
Long range.
Listen,
he's been peppered.
I can't go over that frame by frame right here, but that is worth looking into. I think he's barely survived by the regen. An EDG up to 10.
There have been some unbelievably close rounds in the series already. It's slow beginnings to lots of these, but absolute carnage at the end of the rounds.
And that's what you're going to get when these teams, they know each other, played each other many a time. A familiarity. Start to see more and more risks taken as they look to get a leg up.
No Man's talked about having a short memory. If you want to be a great player, you've got to shrug things like that. Previous round, straight off. And he's still willing to take the risk, still looking to take the fight into Chishu.
Operator, though, denied that angle just from this orb. Risky decision-making. Thinking about he wants to go for the peak, but with the wall up as well, he's going to be guessing in terms of these angles. Taken up, though, he does snap to it. Good prediction, but now he's going to be swarmed! Leo does his best to try and help out. Again, kitchen sink. Whole load of Utah going to be thrown back and forth here, calling for a bit of a temperament into the round.
Lysor is on an island. He's just hoping that by tucking himself forward on bricks, the players at double doors would not spot him.
Alone here, but he's going to be hearing surely the sound cues, the rotation. Couple of footsteps. Holding tight towards the top here. The door's going to be opened up as well. That's going to be heard in terms of sound cues. It's all on Lysor really, but he's called for the reinforcements already. Ball's preemptive. Jenny just reacts towards the top, trying to follow the traces, and that is the punish on Leo. EDG, they're not stopping now. Momentum is behind them.
So is Raga.
He's going to see if he can be playing spoiler to all of this one, but they have that level of awareness, a bit of a flash overheat moment. Trying to see if they can fight their way past this one. Raga trying to keep them pent in, but it's still a player disadvantage for XLG. Ult now, offloaded. Looking to see if he can take the fight straight to them. Anything to see if he can even the fight out. Sidestepping, walking into it, somehow finding the kills. Happy Way, time to come alive, and he earns himself the kills now. They know where Smoggy is. Pressure on him still. Happy Way with the happy feet. Dodging and juking the bullets. XLG find the 12th.
That old school core of XLG, Happy Way Raga, sync up together. One at the front and one at the back. The pressure was too much for EDG to overcome. Jenny must be devastated because these rounds, he keeps making them winnable. He keeps creating the play to put his team in position to win, or at least to be able to pull the gap back.
Hesitancy there in terms of how to challenge Raga. Costly. One more round is all it'll take, and XLG will send this all the way to split.
What a banger map that would be to finish on.
Already unexpected results that we're seeing so far in this series. Paranoia to refight this time. It's going to be Raven to counterplay. Util goes both ways. Dash going to be wasted early here. Shock dart sailing. Ricocheting into the back. It's chipping down the opposition. EDG feeling flustered here.
Again, Lysor is the one playing alone, playing in front, looking to try to win the round with a multi-kill, which is kind of crazy. He whiffed the last time. Jenny had a great response. Lysor backs up safely, reconnects with the rest of the team. EDG cut noise. They're looking either to punish some kind of reclear or just look to dissolve the defensive setup. Hopefully spread them out around the map. That's that noise as well. Trying to keep Leo's attention pinned towards double doors.
Deep dart though. You got to break that. Oh my, that's a reveal onto 2.
Low sense moment.
That's not good. That spoiled the surprise. You're trying to pull the attention away. This time XLG, they're going to have all eyes really settled forwards.
They have one flash. What's the cooldown on the recon?
Knives back up though. 30 seconds left. It's all or nothing. EDG survive in this map. Dart and a flash up towards the top there. Lysor finally conceding that space, but Leo's still there. He's found his mark onto Kankang. Moving forwards though. Sidestep. Raga is on ice skates here. This guy just battering his way through, and he's got the support of Leo. Off from the side, a 3-piece already. Time pressure, far too much. XLG surely have secured the win, and with that they do. Split will be the decider. Could be an absolute banger. Time ticking down. Let's see what these teams have got now as we see it all kick off. Opening up, it was slow going throughout the entirety of Breeze. Both of these teams not willing to really make too much of a hasty move.
And XLG have won every pistol in the series so far.
Okay, see if the trend keeps going. No man, slight jiggle there with a nade. Spots the players out, he's going to send that one flying forwards. Ricocheting as Util used on either side, but no hard committal from EDG.
EDG's great strength on Split is that both of their duelists are very competent at being able to get in an entry. Together, they can be unstoppable, but in rounds like this, Kankang very happy to go and have a wander in mid.
He's alone doing it. Dangerous tidings, yeah, Raga's just going to be taking him out.
More of the same, isn't it? No Raga getting the better end of Kankang.
It really is, yeah. Game of timings, I think. Kankang just taking peak, trying to clear through sections of mid, but maybe could be evened out. Nobody taking a quick little pot shot, but this is quite scared stuff, really. No hard committal right now. Paranoia finally sweeping, but look at Happy Way. High ground on the perch. Hammering down. Led onto the opposition here. Jenny softened up. Barely alive. Has to limp away from this one, but 10 HP. You've got to make a go for things. Flash forward doesn't connect, but already know where the signs of life is, and time's already running far too short here. EDG have run out of options. They have to find a way forwards here and now, but already reinforcements arriving. XLG have got this entire site under lock and key. They keep that trend moving.
5 out of 5 pistols going the way of XLG. One got upset on Lotus, so things are not over just yet. Man, Raga, that pep talk, Kankang is going to be regretting it.
That's what I'm saying.
One enemy
Raga
remaining.
finally unleashed. I know
Down, B. Flawless.
people watching at home, myself included, have been waiting for a time for Raga to really activate.
I've been waiting for XLG to activate for years. It was one of my favorite teams that was on the come-up in China. It's taken them a long time to show it at Globals. A reminder that prior to London, they had only won a single series at a global event against Sentinels.
Now potent beginning here. Caught out to the open. Raga, quick reactions, able to dash his way out of there, but Kankang's going to be hot onto the heel, still covered by Leo from the side. Running and gunning and sidestepping most of this one here with the Spectre in hand. It's a good weapon for the job here because it can dissipate the potential danger of the eco just like that.
Almost a fumble. XLG have won every pistol, but said it before, they let one slip afterwards on Lotus. I thought we were about to see the same again with Raga caught out of position. But Chishu is dipping his toes in.
He's trying to bait a shot.
Don't think he's got much chance of being able to convert this one, though.
No.
Any damage, I suppose, would be decent, but...
Make them work for it.
Yeah. This is going to be another opportunity for XLG to just think about what they want to do. Normally, these rounds early on are pre-planned, especially when you have so much knowledge of what your opponents are up to. I think that Breeze was such a bizarre game because both teams were incredibly familiar with each other.
Trying to get one step ahead constantly. They were both anticipating a main aggression, wasn't really happening. Setups were being changed across the board. I think you're exactly on the money with it.
I think the norm that you would expect from both of these teams in this half is that XLG normally play quite passively on defense, though they do look to re-clear over towards a ramp. They don't re-clear B main very often, don't re-clear mid. And EDG normally go for a lot of double duelist site pops. Now, that's what they normally do, but so far in this series, because they're so comfortable with each other, they've always been trying to mix it up.
Adjusting the game plans.
That puts a lot of pressure on the IGLs, the coaches, the players even. Just remember what the adjustment of the game plan is. Lean away from your scrim experience.
A heavy stack here from XLG in through mid.
This is another thing, though, that EDG like to rely on, is nobody faking through mid as they go for A-pops.
Can be a bit of a tell. You get a read ahead of it when you see that set. Okay,
Oh, yeah, Raga.
Yeah, Raga's just immediately double dash away over towards the A space. Being taken up, though, rapidly by EDG as they just dash straight into the fight, but in an anchor position, holding tight, tucked to elbow. Still could be playing spoiler. It's Leo. Still there. He's only got a Spectre for it, so not going to be favored when he takes that fight out. Chichu ripping his head clean up, but here in that reload, pressing the advantage. Snowman is all the way in there. Satchel has to be broken. This one out of guns! He's got a Spectre in his hands. This is all gone to pot. Not ideal here for XLG, but for EDG, they keep it clean towards the end, just losing the one.
It's a scrambly round from XLG. With rifles back, we're going to hope that we don't see them lose their heads like that. They weren't expecting the aggression. No man absolutely didn't think that nobody was going to swing with 13 HP.
Yeah.
One enemy remaining.
Can't predict him.
No, you really cannot predict what nobody is going to do. Seen this for year on year. EDG set up to put pressure towards A. Look at the pings on the minimap. Look at the way that Raga, Leo holding towards this one.
Got the operator. Holding towards the flower pot. Someone needs to break this util for him, and he's primed, ready to escape just in case. And there it is. Flash in their face, up driving a dash up towards that heaven angle. Nate's also going to be sailing over. You got util still back out. Smoggy is in there like a rocket. Can't be stopped. Just blitzing over the opposition. The sight is entirely there. It's cracked wide open. And the decision is made for XLG. The remaining players, Lysol Noman, forces a step back and try and hold on to the guns.
That's the duelist value you've been hoping to see from EDG. Unleashed here. Smoggy, way faster than XLG were ready for on the double dive into sight. Kankan goes up towards heaven. Backhands a player there too. These are two players that have yet to really have their impact in this match. And they're going to be extremely happy that it ends on split. Both players that, if they're in peak form, give EDG a great chance at running not just to a podium spot, but to a potential title.
By now, we know full well pressure to bright lights doesn't really affect them that much.
If it did, they wouldn't have a champs trophy.
Exactly. There's been many an iconic moment here on split for EDG, for Kangkang specifically.
It's genuinely incredible that they've kept so much of their roster together over the years.
It really is.
And they're still performing at this kind of level.
Yeah.
You would expect a roster like this to either have made more changes or to just slowly fade out of relevance, but they've always been there. Even when they were slumping in the Yoru meta, they were fighting, they were still turning up to events. They still looked like they had players that were dangerous. And now it's comfort again. A double duelist meta where you get Kangkang on Jet and Smoggy on Raze, and no pressure on the B site here whatsoever.
That's dangerous. Right situation here for them. They are walking all the way up. There's not a single piece of util being used. Just primed, ready for the reaction and the contact being caught here, but just with a Spectre, at least a Stinger from range, not going to be doing too much here. The Snake Bite to stop them in their tracks from really scaling a little bit deeper here. This fight's been squared up to across the map. Caught for now with the discipline. Double face from XLG, looking to clear their way out. Make sure that Chichu can't play the backstab.
No man's a player with a rifle and close to a showstopper. If there was any chance for XLG, it might be in his hands.
Just waiting for the smokes to dissipate for now, though. Finally, taken away. Smoggy. Smoke in his face. Double dash. Up towards it. Over. Not quite landing it. These players are lined all the way up. EDG with a superior weaponry. They've got those rifles and they're able to at least slap down the opposition. XLG can only do so much in this spot. And Lysol surely going down indeed. Bit laboured towards the end with a spray down, but Duelist getting active and a good read by EDG, always alternating.
It's really nice, and it also shows you how good the coordination is between Kangkang and Smoggy on this map. The way that Kangkang execs on top of this newsstand, and then you create these high-low setups. In this spot, even with Jenny going back into that position after Kangkang's fallen off of it. They're always in positions where they can play off each other. In terms of the team play, in terms of that micro, I think that's one of the areas that has kept EDG on top. A fight. Not ready for it.
Almost realizing that XLG might just try. Posture themselves up. That boom bot doesn't get broken. Kangkang is 7 HP. The heal's coming out, but this guy's blind as anything. Jenny, luckily the savior. Could have gone all too wrong there. Seeker's going to get broken.
Immense amount of faith that Kangkang had in his team.
Yeah.
They let him fall with the boom bot, but they saved his life as Leo pop flash back in. It's a bit of a race to the result as well. No Man, Smoggy, both one away.
Both looking to deny the opportunity for that orb in B main to get.
I think that's why there was such a brawl over it. XLG don't normally fight in that area of the map, but no one wants to try to contest it as well if Smoggy goes for it.
Lysor looking in a different direction now entirely. He was holding on to that mid control.
They weren't proactive on A based on the B pressure, so now they're lacking information, XLG.
Moves to happy weight.
Look how passive they are.
Oh, they are walking all the way.
They're just gambling,
all this
eh?
space gambling. A 4v5. It's a hell of a call to make, and it is the wrong read.
We've seen so many of these rounds from DRG and XLG on split, where they gamble A if they feel like they don't have enough information. This is because they played the macro wrong about a minute ago. They should have tried to take a step forwards on A ramp as EDG were creating that brawl and winning that brawl over towards B main.
Now they're left guessing and probably playing a retake here.
Well, I don't think they're even going to play the retake. They normally just save in these spots.
Save, I should say, yeah.
But isn't that insane to be saving in a 4v5 spot like this?
It's a hell of a gamble, isn't it? And you just give up full map control, but it...
And the thing is, they always gamble A. Anytime they have a gamble round like this, it always leans A. There are definitely still holes for XLG's defense.
Tendencies left to be punished and
as well as they
real time.
And this is No Man without a death, even getting up to the result that he was one away with. He's essentially been AFK in this round. And now Smoggy's outpaced him. He's won the fight.
Next round, he's going to be able to utilize that. There's no time really for No Man unless he's able to get an exit kill. It's only Kangkang going hunting here, but yeah, he just doesn't want anything to do with it.
I mean, he's got the money. Threw a cloudburst at them as a parting gift, and XLG get to keep those 4 guns.
Could be worried about giving the point to No Man, I think.
Yeah.
Oh, that's an absolutely diabolical slow-mo replay.
They got the important kill, though.
It's looking like me in ranked.
All eyes on Smoggy here. He won the race with No Man to be able to get the showstopper online early. They have an anti-setup for it. Jenny's putting, Lysor putting himself in a position where it should be a little bit difficult to kill him with this ult.
Yeah. It's going to be immediately conceding, though, that high ground space with a flash in his face.
His teleport is going to have to be good.
It really is. I mean, this is going to be it, surely. Trailblazer forwards. Gets the acknowledgement up towards heaven. They contact as much as they can possibly bear. Now they're going to be sending him to Paranoia. It's going to get that blind, but as a showstopper, that's going to be going. And a complete miss there, not anticipating it, but still the weaponry and still the gunfire. Reigns supreme for EDG. Stamps a mark of authority upon this site now, and once more the decision is made. XLG cowering away. No Man still with no opportunity to build up to this ult.
Still not getting up to the showstopper here.
He died yet?
He's out of the round. XLG have got to be feeling miserable about the way that these final 2 rounds have gone. But they actually had a great chance at shutting that down. Lysor didn't get targeted by the Raze ultimate. Instead, Smoggy turning his attention towards any player that might have tried to flood in. Yeah. It's a nice idea. It isolates him. And the trades are just coming out so well. This feels like XLG need to wake up, need to bring the fight to EDG, need to remember that they are playing to win in these rounds. Need to remember how well they've done already at Masters London and have some of that self-belief.
Right now, it's only one side that believes that. EDG playing like it. Looking like prime EDG in terms of the way that they're scaling, taking the fights together. Yeah, they do.
And take a look at this in the replay. Deleting Raga at top, but also just putting so much pressure on Lysor. They know where Lysor is, and they just trap him in the back. It's just crazy how close all of XLG are to their ultimates, and yet they haven't been able to get them because they've been saving so much.
Passive. Far back setup. Looking to absorb any potential aggression. Goes their way. Deep flash. No connection here, so taking ramp control looks to be the name of the game for EDG, but then immediately pivoting. Bit of a bait and switch here. To nade forwards. Flash into the face of Kang, but still getting active now. Cloudburst against it, preventing the re-swing. No man, no man. This guy's head on a swivel. Doesn't know which way to look. This is pure brilliance and sublime execution into the side from EDG. It's going to take a lot. Raga, even his best efforts, can't even come up with a kill there. Had to refract back, and surely it's going to be going down. That's crazy. Jenny winning that one out.
It looks so drilled, so beautifully coordinated from EDG. I love the A-ramp default as well into XLG's defense. I think that's such a good game plan. Even if it's in a rifle v rifle round, I think that should work well. And they know now that Happyway is on the flank. They've just taken space everywhere else. Finally the ults come online for XLG. This next round, it has to be now.
That's what the timeout was for. You got to see that turnaround right here, right now. Otherwise, EDG running away with a map.
What beautiful coordination here. Throwing that cloudburst to make it difficult for Nomad to peek, and then setting up a jump with the teleport.
It's really nice.
So that you guarantee the kill on the A side.
I'm telling you, it's looking like prime EDG.
It is, yeah.
It's feeling reminiscent. When he went on that run at Champs in 2024, it was through the upper bracket, and it was built off the back of powerful fundamentals, individuals popping off, but also the anti-strat, the preparation.
Well, this is finally the round where XLG have taken the tack timeout, have got the ults, and EDG are mixing it up already with Kang going for the attack op. This is going to be a slower round, looking to try to put the pressure on Raga. This is something we've seen already. It can be a weakness. Raga's left alone here a ton, and as long as you save a Trailblazer or a Flash to deal with this, he's going to find it very difficult to hold the line.
Yeah. It's the benefit of the attack side Viper wall. It's not going to be cutting off the line here, so he can sit for now, but like you said, as soon as some util is going to be used by nobody, will be forced to make a decision.
It just has to be patience here.
Here's the Trailblazer, he's immediately getting out. Doesn't want anything to do with that one. Seeker's going to be used as a response. I mean, XLG just trying to guess where these players could be, but all three of them moving up towards ramp and A main. Spells it out, really. Blind getting hit there onto nobody up towards that heaven angle, but it is open. XLG, they have a stack of bodies, 4 ready to respond up towards A, but still slow going for EDG. We've only about 38 seconds left. Showstopper now, and a re-clear. It's a shot that goes wide, along with the rocket. The dash to disengage is beautiful. Kang's there still. Happyway watching.
30 seconds left.
On through mid.
Incredibly important kill, Brent, for Happyway to be able to get, because this pivot's going back with barely any time.
There's only 20 seconds.
Kang trying to juggle an op and a Vandal out through spawn.
I'm not too sure what the hell the plan is here, but there's only 16 seconds left, and now you're going to make a move, a go of things. You don't have heaven control. You're ahead of this one now, but a Paranoia moving forwards. Convergent passes waiting for a DTP. Anything to get these players into the side of Lysol. Lysol! Damage done from that sidearm once more! And pure precision towards the end.
Raga even keeping the Waylay ult in the bank. XLG save one of those incredibly important ultimates and showcase they do have what it takes to shut down these slower rounds, at least, from XLG. But if Happyway had not had his eyes on Smoggy here, if Smoggy had been able to pick up that lurk kill, the whole of the B defense collapses. Massively important for Happyway to have that awareness that there was going to be a lurk coming through somewhere towards mid or B. And credit to Leo too, because his aggressive position over on A heard all of the players retreating.
So making the right adjustments here for XLG, showing the fight hasn't left them yet.
But I think it's a good idea for Kang to go back to the Vandal.
Yeah.
The attack side off, you're just playing at the tempo that XLG wants. It's the power of the double duelist popping into the sights. That's been what's winning rounds for you.
Yeah, with the rifling behind it. XLG have not been able to hold a candle against it. And now again, Lysol. It's going to be tested. Up to him if he can answer all of this pressure coming his way. Now with a Trailblazer, there's a Paranoid that sweeps forward again, but he's not looking to evacuate. Help arriving, but Happyway is going to be blinded up, and this is an awkward engagement still. Everybody watching it could snap to the side. Smoggy! Smoggy! He's doing this all, basically, and now EDG, they follow through on all that threat and the pressure that was created. Get a plant down and brings Leo into this 1v3, excuse me.
It's a 1v2 on the site, though, because Chishu's looking for him over towards Vent and Ropes. So he might have an opportunity, but he'd have to be given a free kill early on.
See, EDG looking like they're not in a mood to really let it slip in terms of discipline, and neither is the aim. It's been unreal form from Jenny, right when his team required it, but it looks like on this map, not really even necessarily the case. The entries of Kang Kang and Smoggy have been obliterating them.
Yeah, this map has been the Kang Kang and Smoggy show on the attack side, but I really do think that there's a great argument to make that Jenny's been their most important player in the run so far.
For the series and for the whole tournament.
Yeah, he's just been excellent.
Yeah.
He really has. He's stepped up enormously. The growth that he's gone on and the redemption tour that he's currently in after being taken out of the team roster for a while and inserted back in. It's brilliant stuff. XLG still do not have an answer to what's going on towards B. Lysor's trying to fake this teleport right now to draw some pressure out of EDG. They're going to have to clear this, but they're just calling the bluff entirely.
To contact constantly.
They didn't even use any util to clear that. They just didn't believe Lysor was there.
Just walked all the way in. There wasn't enough behind it. Now with a deep smoke, lay it down. Nade sailing. Lysor still holding on to some of his util.
It's the mid lurk that you need to be paying attention to.
And here it is. No man's going to be spotting those signs of life now with Asastra's flying forwards. Anything to stop this, stem this one all the way coming through. I mean, through. That's going to be a deep dash all the way. Happy Way barely getting it under control there with a rifle spam. Still leaping into the pit. Anything to see if they can cut this one out of action. Chichu. Perfect time to activate. All that sound pressure. Heads were turned away. Now plant down into the safety of the default position. It's 2v3. XLG. Gonna make a go of this. Ult's expended here. The Seekers reveal at least the positioning now. Rifle picked up, exchange now. Leo, there's a bit more threat to it, but still, how do you get past this mechanical obstacle?
Raga's taking the long way around. He's got an ult. He's gonna use it.
Use it now from the corner. Gonna be trying to catch and push these players out, but Leo just doesn't play off that pressure well enough. Nice adjustment. Sidestepping with most of this one, but time is ticking and it's planted. The safe tuck position. Chichu wraps all the way to heaven. And a bullet to the dome is all in Raga there.
I've just got so many nice things to say about the way that EDG are playing this attack side. They've been threatening Kang Kang on a solo lurk through mid in a lot of these rounds. He dashes into a smoke here, and then they don't expect Chishu because they think it's the solo Kang Kang lurk again in more of a 4-1 setup. A double play where you get to bait Kang Kang, but he also becomes part of the twist, part of the pinch. It's beautiful stuff. The prep work, Autumn deserves a lot of credit. I know that there were questions about him stepping into the coaching role for EDG, but they look immaculate here.
It's looking really good. Double flash as well to push back the ramp aggression. Happy Way. He's only got a share of the work within a spot like this, and he's already disengaging. Backs to the wall over towards his A side, and it's going in a completely different direction here. Even I'm guessing, but body blocked, I think, by the dog.
This is why I love the A-ramp default and A-heaven default from EDG. Look at how XLG are now just completely isolated on the A side.
It's inserted a wedge into the middle of A-heaven.
How can anyone come to even help Leo and Happy Way?
Double jump down. Inserting themselves here. Smoggy with that judge.
And if you give him a kill, a showstopper too.
Yeah, happy to play with it here. Hold on, you open up into the sightlines. Spotting out at least, knowing that Kang Kang is there, but
they're just stuck. It would rely on some outrageous individual moment from Leo or Happy Way now.
Anything to batter their way out of this corner they have penned themselves into right now, and the weapon at hand, just a Sheriff Happy Way finds himself one. He's still alive and kicking somehow. Smoggy off to the side. That's a showstopper. Chichu forwards. My God, denying all sorts of space and more. EDG surely up to 9 now. Lysor just with a Spectre. And that is swift work. Mincemeat made of him up towards that heaven angle. 9-3 for EDG. An absolutely fantastic.
And now EDG, 4 rounds away, but on the other side of a pistol that has been tricky for them.
XLG been running the game in terms of the pistol round wins, but such a sizable round lead, it's still going to be an uphill struggle, even if they earn that.
They're going to need Raga to go bonkers on the attack. The duelists on the other side are now where the attention lies.
Steadily making their way forwards here, collapsing up towards mid, a ramp control. Name of the game.
They're looking for the refight. They're trying to bait it out from EDG, hoping that they can draw a mistake.
Walls up though. It's going to be taking their timing forwards, but the boombot is very well timed out that. It's going to be a big reveal, flash forwards. It's going to be blinding up these players as they work towards mid. Looking to put a bit of a crunch on in case there was somebody there, but no one's home.
Kind of risky from Leo.
Yeah, he's the one with a spike.
And look at how much space nobody has taken in the meantime. Off all of that A-ramp pressure, nobody is super confident to just walk forwards. This is going to be hard if XLG commit to B. It'll be hard to dig him out of that position.
Space though, players were starting to dissipate away, pull away back. Satchels are forwards now, and that's going to be spelling out the game. XLG looking to see if they can make their mark over towards this side. There's a game of timings here with Jenny. Right-clicking away. Not finding too much though. Not a plan going down without too much pushback. Still that B main position. This is absurdity by nobody.
They're triple re-clearing him.
Triple re-clear to try and find out where he is.
They still haven't found him.
Nope, he is tucked so damn tight. What a hell of a read. Raga. Knife out, and there's nobody. Pouncing and striking right where it hurts. Kang walking his way all the way up onto the side. Now the flash as well. Monumental connection. This XLG just being absolutely toppled, whittled away at this point. Still half onto the defuse, going to be earned up, and his shots need to land. Damage done to Jenny, but he's still alive and kicking, and that defuse earns them the pistol that eluded them.
Couldn't be a worse time for XLG to finally end the streak. A 7-round lead. What a brilliant play by nobody. That's that level of defensive reaction that you had to see in the first half from XLG. But more than that, the fact that he takes B main is great. The fact that he continues going and tucks himself in that corner, the perfect distance for Raga to stop thinking about it. It's immaculate. Look what it means to Kang. And EDG are going to force. Of course they are. They have to.
It's all or nothing. Ramp take, rapid as that.
There.
Just with the stingers in their hands, though, and they're priming a bits and piece of the util. The nade. It's pretty perfect here from Smoggy. Clears the way, buys a bit of time for potentially rotates to come in. Kang's going to be waiting on the sidelines by the wings now. Double satchel forwards here, but the punish is a good paranoia, but no connection to the kills. It's all Kang and Smoggy once more. Anchoring positions unaccounted for, and that is just tearing them asunder.
A nail in the coffin. XLG with only 3 rounds. A last hurrah as they go for the force. They've just got to buy in every round from here and try to make some miracle happen. But EDG have been too good today.
One enemy remaining.
This split is absolute dominance.
11-3. No hope at all off the back end of that force. XLG, of course, forced to do it again. Working with the stingers. No more breathing room. Not many more chances to stay alive in this one here.
And that killer instinct from EDG. You've seen it before. They are not going to let their foot off their gas.
Smoggy, judge in hand. He likes to play for this one here. And it's a brutal angle. Close quarters is where it thrives. Nobody now might get his chance soon enough here with the Utah. Oh my God, we're priming it into the hands. It's nobody. It's good target prioritization. Softening up a couple of these targets. Backpedaling out, peeling all the way back, and Anchor Smoke's going to be layered down to play in and around. Jenny, though, is surrounded, swarmed. Damage, though, done, and potentially you can do it. Yes, it's disjointed from XLG. Lysor, no man, might be able to salvage this one still. Kang forwards, Cloudburst down, he's sidestepping most of this. Kang! It's prime form!
It's Kang's world and we're all living in it. A Red Bull clutch. He just knows he's going to win this. The decisiveness and the aggression. Cloudburst to smoke off Lysor. And he puts the pressure, the squeeze on No Man. Fumbling with util in hand. This is the takeover game that you were waiting for from Kang's Jet.
17-6 on a dominant map so far. Only 15 rounds played. It's unreal.
He's just absolutely gapped them towards the end here. No Man was doing a great job in the previous 2 maps, keeping up. They, in fact, were shutting down Kang when he was going for plays repeatedly on Lotus and Breeze. But now he's been let off the leash.
Not anymore, yeah.
And he's a scary, scary player.
Taken over. For the impetus now, the tipping point of the series.
Scout destroyed.
EDG feels like it's already set in stone. Nobody is so damn brave. Look at him, taking fights alone. That's how confident they feel all across the board. It's XLG being picked apart like a tapestry unraveled here. But they're still finding a way forwards, but nobody knows. He knows he has to fight aggressively, losing side control, and now to wrap around all the way here. Kang has arrived once more. Nade rebounds, but that is a finishing throw.